time for Grizz Beat, a full-court press of highlights, insights, and debate around the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Tune in each week on the latest conversations with regional and national insiders locked in on the Grizzlies. Running point from Grind City Media Studios, our host, Jason Smith.
Welcome to Grizz Beat. I am your host, Jason Smith of 92.9 FM ESPN. Been a tough road of late for the Memphis Grizzlies. Certainly doesn't get any easier in the immediate. You've got the Boston Celtics tonight coming off that loss last night to the New York Knicks. We're here to navigate you through it. Hopefully times are going to get better. Make sure you got your notifications set for every Wednesday at 3 p.m. We'll have the latest in terms of intel, exclusive interviews, and like I like to say, definitive opinion from this expert panel. And speaking of this expert panel, let me introduce it. To my left is a man that is a Hall of Famer, a Memphis Sports Hall of Famer, legendary former WMC TV Channel 5 sports director, Jarvis Greer. Jarvo, you're looking good today in the Grizz gear.
I had to break out the quarter zip today. We got a nice day, you know, a little Indian summer, and I really like what we had before. So let's hope that the shots start falling like the temperature goes up for the Grizzlies.
You look good. Hopefully it's good luck tonight against Boston. To his left is a man I call the underground king of Memphis sports media. His name is the great Anthony Sane, host of the Anthony Sane Show on Bluff City Media. Sane, what's happening?
Man, I'm good, man. Heavy is the big is the head that wear the crown,
big.
whatever they say. Whatever they say. I know my head big, but I don't know what they say. Heavy is the head that wear the crown.
They
Stiff
don't
is the
say
neck.
big is the head. We already know
whatever
that.
they say, man, that's what it is. But
I was going to tell, I mean, if you can look at this one here, you ain't the only big head up in here, brother, with this one on this side.
next level, right?
That's
Les
the high
Smith made
head.
one
That's
over
the high
here
forehead that keeps
as
going
well.
back and back.
And via Zoom, the man who's doing all the work as he usually does, the guru, Michael Wallace, joins us from Boston. Senior editor, contributor, and analyst for Grind City Media. Michael, you just in New York last night, in Boston tonight. How you feeling? Ready to go?
Man, I'm feeling ready to go, man. I'm hoping the Grizzlies can be ready to go, too. I mean, it's going to be a tough back-to-back. Both of these teams are coming off of a back-to-back, so we'll see what's going on. But I feel good, man. I feel good.
Good.
Knotted up there, looking clean.
Man,
They
that
just
man
got the
look clean.
tie on
That's
and
two
everything.
straight nights with
Man,
the tie on.
the
That
baby
man.
blue on in the
Absolutely huge. Looking good in the big markets of my man Michael Wallace. And now to our starting five, like we do every week, the top five storylines surrounding the Memphis Grizzlies, who we said coming off of a 133-120 loss to the New York Knicks last night at Madison Square Garden. Michael's got the latest for us from Boston. Michael, I hand it over to you.
Well, I'm going to hand it right back. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those situations where the Grizzlies are coming into a tough situation. Boston, this was one of the site of their biggest road win of the season last year. Everybody remember the viral dunk when Ja Morant went up and did the reverse dunk. That was the dunk of the year by all metrics in the NBA. But tonight, the Grizzlies are coming off of a tough loss. No shoot-around today, so there was no ability to get on the court. But the injury update has been updated, and there's some good news and some curious news right now. Ja Morant is listed as questionable with ankle soreness, so he'll get to the arena momentarily and go through a workout and see how he's feeling on the second night of a back-to-back. Ja played both ends of the back-to-back. The first time the Grizzlies had one, he was suspended for the second night of the back-to-back in Toronto the second time, and this is the third back-to-back the Grizzlies have played this season. So we'll see where Ja is. They certainly need him. They need him to get out of this little schneid that he's in right now, these struggles. But Zach Edey has been upgraded to doubtful. Zach's not going to play tonight, obviously, but as the Grizzlies go about their progressions, he actually moves one step ahead towards making his debut. But I caught up with Coach Iisalo last night in New York about Zach Edey's progress and the progress that he's making dealing with this coming off of ankle surgery. So he's trending towards making his season debut, potentially on this road trip. And here's what Iisalo has seen in Edey's recent workouts.
Really positive feedback. Have also seen some of those workouts myself, the live group play, and he looks very spry. He's moving well. He's improved his movement skills and is obviously not yet 100%. Otherwise, he would be playing. But he's getting there and he's making great progress. That's a testament to our medical team and Zach's commitment, which has been really high level throughout this whole process.
And speaking of Zach's high-level commitment to the process, I mean, this is a guy, when he gets back at 7'4", 300 pounds, he's going to immediately impact the Grizzlies' ability to rebound. He's going to be able to set screens and create some of the spacing that Ja Morant has needed and hasn't had on a consistent basis. Now, speaking of Ja Morant, I caught up with him in the locker room last night in New York about some of the struggles that he's had. Ja Morant is second in the NBA right now in total turnovers. He almost has a 2-to-1 ratio based on made field goals versus turnovers. That's not a good rate for Ja right now, as he continues to try to figure out what's going on and how to address some of his early season struggles. And here's Ja on his situation right now.
I wouldn't say I'm too far. It's really just fatigue a lot. A lot of build up, constantly, trying to get installed with some of the stuff. Standing on the side, in preseason hard. Obviously you watch and stuff, but it's different when you out there. And for me, it's definitely different. They run different things when I'm not on the floor. So when I got back, it was pretty much learning a lot of stuff when I'm on the floor and then just finding my spots, throughout that. This my, first time actually getting to see where I'm gonna get a lot of my shots from. But I don't feel like, it should be an excuse. I mean, obviously, I've been in the gym. It's just got to translate the game. I'm going to continue to, play with confidence and shoot the ball.
Ja is shooting 35% from the field, 17% from three-point range, and is committing almost 5 turnovers a game right now. And that's not where he wants to be. That's not where the Grizzlies need him to be. He talked about and alluded to the ankle issue that kept him out of the preseason. He missed all 5 preseason games and is kind of backing his way into a rhythm this season. So we'll see what that means tonight if he's able to go. And if he's not able to go, then it's a needed night of rest, and he can look forward to the next game on this trip Saturday against the Cavaliers. Now, as it relates to Jaren Jackson Jr., speaking of no excuses, Jaren is leading the league right now in total fouls at 50. He fouled out for the 3rd time this season last night in New York. And he also has to address some of the accountability issues and also just some of the acclimation issues that they're having in this offense. And Jaren said, look, tonight will be another opportunity to try to get it right. Take a listen to Jaren.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every day is another opportunity to learn from his eyes, his vision with film. And he ain't that new. So, well, he is, but not to some of us who had him last year as an assistant. So a lot of things have transferred over. He just gets to refine his tools a little bit. It's something that requires a lot from everybody. So it's fun, but it's responsibility when you have the ball, especially offensively. You just got to make the right reads, and when it all clicks, it goes really well. And there's so much potential for it to click at a high level. Like we've seen when it in spurts when it's really smooth and everyone kind of knows what they're doing and their role and everything, and it feels good.
Yeah, so I mean, that's where the Grizzlies are right now heading into tonight's game against Boston. This is a 4-8 team trying to find its way, and right now this road trip is not going to get any easier, even though Boston is struggling themselves as well at 5-7. So we'll see what the Grizzlies have tonight and then continue to evaluate from there.
I was just going to say, I mean, fantastic job of reporting there,
Right.
thorough job
Yeah,
of
for sure.
reporting, a ton of updates there. I think the most positive one, at least for me, is that Zach Edey news, seeing him go to doubtful, knowing that typically means you're getting close. Hopefully a questionable's coming and maybe you get him back on this road trip. Know he can address the rebounding, hopefully some spacing for Ja Morant. So, Michael, we appreciate you for those updates. Jarvis, you've got question number 2 here in the starting 5. We've said it. It's been a rough last 2 weeks for the Grizzlies. Few bright spots, save for that win over Dallas. What's the biggest thing in your mind, Jarvis, in terms of things you can build on from last night's loss at the Knicks?
Wow, you say they were down 28 at one point. There was no quit in the team. They didn't hang their heads and say, all right, what's on to the next one. They kept battling, and they actually got back in it there late. If they had a couple of shots to drop or a couple of free throws, they would have really put some pressure on that Celtic team, on that New York team, which is, basically not lost a game this year at home this year, I believe. And the Knicks they're a playoff team. They are a deep run playoff team.
Absolutely.
And they were running away from the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies hung in there. We finally saw the wings hit some shots. It was good. It was good to see those shots fall. And I thought that Cedric Coward was playing well, and all the other guys are contributing. The bench again coming up strong with 50 points more off the bench. So I will just say that there was no quitting that. You weren't supposed to win that game anyway with all the guys you are down, right. But they did go and battle to the very end. And Jaren fouled out with a minute left, so at least he was on the court during the run of when it was still in doubt.
No. Want to open this one up for the panel. This next one up for the panel doesn't get any easier for the Grizzlies on this road trip. After Boston tonight, they'll head to Cleveland and then San Antonio. Question 3 is this: what's one thing this tough schedule is going to force the Grizzlies to realize? Sane, we'll start with you.
Man, they have to value every possession, man. Like, make every moment count. Like, they can't take plays off. They can't take periods off. They can't take quarters off. Like, they have to stay locked in and go hard the entire game. We've seen great stretches of play. You know, the first half against Dallas, the first half against Oklahoma City.
Yep.
And, you know, then they started tailing off. They got to understand they're not a deep team at all. You got 4 rotation players missing. You're learning the new offense. You got Ja playing with injuries and Ja having some confidence issues and all those type of things and acclimation issues like Mike talked about, right? So with that being said, they can't mess around, man. They have to be consistent throughout the game and value every moment.
I like that. Jarvis, what's one thing this tough stretch is going to force the Grizzlies to realize?
Oh, I want to say what everybody's been saying. Start Cedric Coward.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's showing every game. The young man, it doesn't matter whether he's scoring or not, and he is scoring the ball. He's everywhere out there in the court. I mean, he's getting rebounds. He's blocking shots. That left-handed block he had on that drive to the bucket was a thing of beauty. I think that was Anunoby he blocked. You know, guy that's 4 inches taller than him, and he caught him at the rim and took it away and put it in the stands. I like the way he approaches the game. He's like an Energizer bunny, being a guy that the Grizzlies moved up to pick. The Grizzlies are showing that spending that draft capital to get him was definitely worth that move.
Michael, I'll shoot it your way. What's this tough stretch going to force the Grizzlies to realize?
It's going to force them to realize the urgency of decision making. They have to make decisions and be decisive about which way this team needs to go. And that means from the rotation that Iisalo plays, as Jarvis alluded to, the starting situation. And just to capitalize on what Jarvis said, if you look at the box score last night, I think a decision was almost made there with Kenny Caldwell-Pope only playing 15 minutes and Cedric Coward getting the bulk of that wing rotation minutes there too. So as we start to see that might be a subtle decision that's going to be made pretty soon. We'll see. But even beyond that, you know, is this team going to trend towards rebuilding and trying to go with a youthful movement, or are they going to really absolutely get Ja and Jaren the help that they need to take this current version of the roster to the next level? This road trip will show you exactly where you are, because once the road stretch is over with, the Grizzlies are in the stretch of 9 of 11 on the road. Once that ends, you're either going to be well behind the race in the West, or you're going to be possibly still in the mix for, you know, play-in, playoff type positioning going into January. So we'll see what that happens. And some of the guys coming back from injuries will contribute to that decision-making process as well.
Yeah, I like that. You know, Michael I'm taking the 5,000-foot view. He's taking the 30,000-foot overview of the whole thing.
Yeah. Sane, and we've been watching, you know, Ja Morant, his relationship with Iisalo, obviously even closer since the 1 game suspension for the conduct detrimental. I'm curious. You know, we're also, and Michael pointed to it, watching Ja Morant turn the ball over. You know, it's 6 overs, averaging 6 turnovers per game over his last 5, and Michael said that he's among the turnover leaders for the season. So in this relationship with him and Iisalo, what's the best way to build and maintain that rapport with Ja?
Iisalo's got to keep everything simple, man. He's got to let Ja do things he's comfortable doing. Talk to him, you know what I mean? Communicate with him and see what Ja thinks works or whatever. Ja's been around for a while. This is year 7 for him. And Ja's been, you know, he's been through a lot of offenses, a lot of offensive systems over the years. And he's ran a lot of different types of plays. Like, get with Ja and find out what he thinks works best with the guys that are out there. He's a point guard. You know, Iisalo played a little pro ball, and it was never the NBA. But not only is Ja a pro, but he's played point. So he knows what makes the offense tick. So I think he should have those type of conversations with him, do some things to simplify the offense as well. As, you know, sometimes you got to go back to backyard basketball and, you know, and just, you know, let your 2 best guys be your 2 best guys.
Has it looked better to you in terms of them being on the same page? He's playing more minutes
in moments it has, yeah. Like there are stretches of play where it looks really good. I've seen certain things offensively where it's looked hella good, you know what I mean? In stretches, and sometimes it looks really bad. But I just think that he's making things too difficult. He's got to get back to the basics with a lot of this stuff, you know what I mean? Because giving the ball to Ja and letting him do certain things has worked for a while. And it seems like they're kind of going counter to things that should be working out there.
Hopefully having Zach Edey back is going to help smooth out the process. Our final question here in the starting 5 is for the group. Focusing specifically on tonight's game versus Boston, what's the key for the Grizzlies to beat the Celtics a second straight time in Boston. Michael mentioned that they won last year. Michael, we'll start with you. What's the key to winning tonight?
I mean, I think you got to attack the paint. You got to get into the paint. You got to be able to score. Boston doesn't have a lot of rim protection. I mean, we've seen that. That's one of the things that they, sort of got away from when Porzingis, and he wasn't really a rim protector either. I mean, they have guards. They have guys that are capable down there. But where they are right now, coming off of a second night of a back-to-back, the paint is going to be available for them. The Grizzlies have to get into the paint, which means transition, which means attacking the offensive glass and trying to make easier opportunities to score from the inside and then work your way out.
This Boston team is so susceptible inside. Hopefully this is a big Jaren Jackson game, or at least opportunity for him. Same, what do you want to see tonight in terms of keys to a win?
I want to see the Grizzlies wear the black uniforms tonight to avoid the black spray plague of Jaylen Brown. This
Brown
evening.
is getting on everybody.
Yeah, but for real though, I think they're going to have to defend the three-point line, man. Boston's going to take and make a lot of threes. They got to get out there and stop those type of things. Like I said, Jaylen Brown's hair is going to be in full attack mode as well, so you got to watch those things. But lack of hair, excuse me. It's going to be lack of a hairline to be specific. But I relate, brother. I'm with you, Jaylen Brown. But they gotta stop the three, man. Boston can get hot from three from just all kind of random dudes to be out there taking threes and making them, man. You got to watch those dudes for sure.
I've never known you to be a spray man.
I'm spraying it right now. How you think I'm this crispy?
Well, you're pulling an awful lot better than Jaylen Brown. Jarvis, we go to you. We're looking for a key to a win tonight against Boston. What's it got to be?
I'm going to say Ja Morant returning to form. Just return to form. It doesn't have to be super spectacular, but you got to, I sent you all, when we were talking about what we were going to do today, I sent you all the classic hit, one of my favorites, from the floaters, float on. That floater's got to drop, man. Yep. He's getting where he wants to get, whether they pack the paint or not against him. The shots just are not dropping. He's in a slump. But, once you see two or three of those things go in, then boom, here we go. Yep. Then the confidence really starts to build up because he's still working it. And it's a good time to work it because now Jalen Wells, it looks like he's starting to hit from the wing. So even whether they pack the paint, if they do, he can still toss it, dish it. But if he gets in there, just finish. Yeah. I mean, even some of his long layups, where he gets by his man and reaches that, and they're just rolling off the rim rather than going in. Just see those shots drop. I think that's going to be a big key.
Yep.
A double jackknife dunk would help, too.
No, we'd like to see it. I don't know. With that ankle where it is right now, man, if he can just get out there and play, I don't know if I need the dunk. But what you do need is an effective Ja Morant, obviously. Now let's do some pick and roll, moving away from our starting five, where our panelists are going to pick one of two options and explain why they're going to roll with it. Pretty simple. This week's question, who will have the bigger impact when they return, Zach Edey or Ty Jerome? Michael, we'll start with you.
I know Zach Edey is more urgent. He's on the come right now, and he's going to address some things in terms of the short term. But I think Ty Jerome's ability to get the offense where it needs to be a floor spacer alongside Ja, to be a secondary ball handler with Ja. I think what he showed in that first and second preseason games was that he's a natural fit for exactly what Iisalo wants to run, how he wants to run it, and how he needs to play. We just never got a chance to see him do it alongside Ja Morant. So I think when he comes in, the flow of the offense is going to you're going to see that right off the bat. So I would say Ty Jerome, and Ty Jerome gets over this calf strain.
I like that case for Ty Jerome. I could make a case for both of these. Same. I'm curious, which side do you come down on?
Yeah, I was a little torn on this one, but I think it's Edey though, man, because Edey just unlocks so much stuff with so many guys on this team, but he has to. You know what I mean? I talked about this on my show today as well. It's like Ja, every year where Ja's been really good, he's had a legit big man, like 6'11", wide-bodied, 6'11" and up big man, right, who can really do some things. And props to Jock Landale, who's holding it down as much as he can. And he does add another intricacy to the team. And I think he'll be a great reserve once Edey's back. But Edey just, as far as setting screens, being an enforcer, getting rebounds, even the rim. He's not a high shot blocking guy, but he protects the rim. Guys don't come down there when he's down there. I think he unlocks Jaren in so many ways. He unlocks Ja in so many ways, almost to the point where it's almost, unfortunately, a dependency because Jaren's best years have been when we've had a true big as well. So I think we really need to get him back to kind of see what this team can be for those two guys for sure.
Sane said it. I mean, it really is. It's a great dependence on a second-year player in Zach Edey, who
it's
you've
a
been waiting
scary
to get.
dependence.
Is Sane right that it's Edey that's going to be more impactful in terms of return jobs?
Oh, I think he stole my notes. You were looking at my notes, weren't you, when I came in the
Man,
door?
you the GOAT, man. I
It's
gotta look
Big
at yours.
Maple, man. It's to me right now. It's got to be Big Maple because he is a rim protector. Whether or not he can jump, he's 7'4" and got a
don't wanna
long
go at him.
wingspan. And as my man over here said, with the nice cropped up dude, you cannot. He makes people turn around when they're going into the paint. And the rebounding, and it just makes the rotation, the big man rotation, work that much better. And as Sane said, Jaren is much better when he's got a big guy that is a staple in the middle, and then he can be the free safety back there. You got Edey's like the middle linebacker, and Tripp is like the free safety, roaming around and getting blocks and helping out. And I think that really helps with the defense as far as cutting teams off. And we saw it was kind of a layup line last night. If you got the Big Maple down there, that ain't happening. That ain't happening at all.
Yep. Looking forward to his return, as Michael's told us. Listed as doubtful for tonight against Boston, but hopefully maybe you get a questionable against Cleveland a little later in the week, and maybe Zach Edey is back in that lineup very soon. When we come back, we'll put the confidence meter on our panel and discuss Cedric Coward's chances to win Rookie of the Year. The man is absolutely balling right now. Also, the Guru's going to unveil his top 10 toughest NBA road environments. Got to imagine that Boston's TD Garden is going to be on that list. Make sure you keep it locked. This is Grizz Beat on Grind City Media.
191 Collabs, presented by Pinnacle Financial Partners, brings Grizz Nation hyper-local Grizz gear from Memphis designers. The next drop is the top-notch collection from proud Memphian Brandon Hobbs and his clothing brand M-Town Merch. The homage to Memphis culture, classic sportswear, and elevated street style is only available at the Grizzlies Den on Friday, November 7th, when the Grizzlies host the Dallas Mavericks. Get your tickets today at grizzlies.com/tickets or visit the FedEx Forum box office.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Calling all collectors! Topps NBA basketball trading cards are back. It's available in the Grizzlies Den by Fanatics and online at Topps.com. Rip into bold color parallels, electric inserts, relics, and autographed cards from today's biggest stars and the next gen talent. Look out for rookie cards of Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, plus Grizzlies favorites Ja Morant, Jalen Wells, and so many more. You don't want to miss this drop. Grab your set before it's gone.
The Grizzlies are now easier to watch than ever. Select games can now be viewed over the air for free in the following markets: Memphis, Nashville, Knoxville, Jonesboro, Tupelo, and Bowling Green. Don't miss a second of heart-pounding action with the first televised matchup Thursday, November 20th, when the Grizzlies host the Sacramento Kings at 7 p.m. Visit grizzlies.com/watch for channel listings and more information. Welcome back to Grizz Beat. It's confidence meter time here on the show, where we'll gauge our panelists' confidence on three key topics. I'll tell you this: over 11 games, our man Cedric Coward, the rookie, is balling. He's shooting 53% from the field, 44% from the three-point line, 92% from the free throw line. Sane, we'll start with you on confidence meter. How confident are you that Coward will win Rookie of the Year?
Man, I'm regular confident, bro. I'm not confident at all. He's really been extremely good. And I remember when we had this conversation before the season started, my only thing was I didn't think he'd get the playing time. He's getting the playing time, and I think he's going to eventually start. But I think that if if something happens, like you get Edey back, you get Ty Jerome back, you get Clark, Scottie Pippen Jr., and you start like really turning up towards the end of the season, I think those things with Cedric Coward in the starting lineup can propel him. It's just the likelihood of those things happening is the thing to me. Like it's a pretty tight race. Nobody's really standing out as just like this way out in front guy. It's him and a group of 4 or 5 guys, and they're all kind of right there in that same area. So it's his to win if he wants to go out there and get it, and if everything lines up for him. But I'm just not very confident about it.
How about you, Jarvis?
Well, I'm going to say not confident, and because VJ Edgecombe right now is the bomb up in Philadelphia. He is balling out, and it looks like his game, the way he plays, is sustainable throughout the year. And he's playing on a Sixers team that's better than I thought they would be right now. So he's going to get a lot of looks, and he's in a big market. Plus, there's the Cooper Flag thing. Just because, and also because he's a Dookie and the #1 pick, so he's always going to get looks. But I think he'll be like, where the Grizzlies were last year. They had the #2 and #3 in the balloting, and I think he'll be up there. But I think, and then we don't know who else is out. It's still way early in the season. Somebody else might pop on this season. But right now, I think he'll be in the running for it. But, right now, I don't know that he will get rookie. I can't say I'm confident he'll get rookie of the year. And that's no slight on the way he's playing, because young brother get it done.
Oh, no, 100%. Michael, you know this, having covered the league as long as you have. I mean, you don't have many vets out here shooting 50, 40, and 90, and here's Cedric Coward doing it as a rookie. What's your confidence level that he can win rookie of the year?
I'm confident, and I'm gonna apologize to the panel because I should have worded the question a little bit differently to give us a little more confidence in how we're answering this question. Will he factor in the race to win the Rookie of the Year? And we all will be very confident because, as you said, Jason, not only is he entered the week as one of only 9 players in the league shooting 50, 40, 90 splits, and he's the first rookie in NBA history to do it through his first 10 games. So you talk about historic type numbers that he's putting up. If the Grizzlies record gets better and he still is performing to this level, then I think he'll edge out the Con Knipples and the Cooper Flags, who will be on worse performing teams. But as Jarvis said, the VJ Edgecombe, that's the guy that he's going to have to worry about at this rate if this thing continues.
Yep, well said. If it's just about being in the running, I think we are all very confident. No question about it.
He might get Rookie of the Month. Rookie of the Month is coming up soon.
Right.
He might be Western Conference Rookie of the Month.
With the way he's shooting the ball, he has certainly earned it at this point. To Ja Morant, not only has he played in every game since serving that 1-game suspension for conduct detrimental to the team, he's playing more minutes. Pointed this out earlier, 32 or more in 5 straight games. My question for the panel, how confident are you that Ja and Iisalo's growing pains have been resolved? Same, we'll start with you.
Oh, I'm not confident at all. Growing pains last a while, man. Like that it got kind of ugly last Friday, man. You know what I mean? So between now and then, you can't really expect to, for things to be resolved. It's going to be a constant thing. It's a constant push and a pull between those two that you'll see. I don't think there's something that's going to be resolved in a week. And we've seen them be pretty much more in harmony. They're interacting more, and you're seeing Ja, being more joyful and gleeful after the games. Might be a little bit too gleeful, but in the locker room. But I don't think they're at the point where you're constantly going to have these things with these guys. That's part of the push and pull of that player-coach dynamic. So I don't think we're past it, but they'll be okay. They'll work it out.
Jarvis, are you more confident than Sane is on this?
Yeah, I'm going to say confident. And well, it better be, first of all, if this team does what we all wanted to do. But I think that they are showing signs of communicating better. The only thing wrong right now is that Ja's in a slump. He's just not hitting shots and he's turning the ball up. The effort is out there. He's doing the things he wants to do. But I think in the frustrations of not having the roster that you want, but the reinforcements are coming. And not to say that there won't be some more growing pains when everybody gets back and they all get used to each other on the plate. But I think, once everybody gets back in there, I think the wins will start to come, and that's going to, the rising tide lifts all boats.
Yep. Michael, you were getting a firsthand look at it and sort of their relationship and body language and those sorts of things last night at Madison Square Garden. What's your confidence level that things have been resolved between the two?
I'm confident that it's been resolved. I'm confident that these are two professionals and they understand that if it's not resolved, then it's going to have a detrimental impact on not only the team, but the franchise, right? So there's a difference. There's understood and there's accepted, right? You can accept someone even if you don't understand them. You can understand someone, but not accept what's going on. I think there's still some of that going on. I think Ja and Iisalo understand now where each one of them is coming from. Now, are they completely aligned on that path and how they get there? That's still to be seen. That's still to be worked out and determined. But I think the issue of the growing pain part of it is going to be resolved because I think these two are professionals and they want the best ultimately for the team.
I don't know about y'all. Michael, I might need to get on that couch in there where Michael's at and just have him work me through my problems the way he just worked through those and sort of what needs to happen. Very well done, Michael.
Don't have to put that shingle up on the wall right there.
Just have him talk to me and talk me through all my
Michael
issues.
Wallace, as well as Guru.
2 weeks ago, things were looking pretty darn good. The Grizzlies were 3-2. Since then, we know the deal. They've dropped 6 of 7 to fall to 4-8. With 9 more games, Michael was alluding to this, 9 more games this month, and 7 of those 9 are on the road. What's your confidence level, panel, that the Grizzlies will post a 500 or better record by December 1st? It's a lot of math. Jarvis, we'll start with you.
Well, I'm going to say not confident, and here's why. It's because, you know, there's the way the schedule does line up. I think there will be more L's than W's, but I think the reinforcements are coming. I don't think it really matters that much at this time of the year, this early, if there are a couple or a few games below 500, even 10 games below 500, because we've seen teams like the Mavericks and others in the years past come from way down and then jump up and be in the playoffs from being hurt at the beginning of the year, then getting their guys back. I think this team, once the band gets back together, I think the wins will start coming, and then I think some winning streaks will start coming to erase what's going on here at the beginning of the season.
Gotcha. Michael, where are you at on this? You pointed out how many of these road games they've got just right here in the month of November. Can they get to 500 or better by December 1st?
Hey, listen, man, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I told you guys from the very beginning of the season that this was going to be a tough stretch for the first 20 games. I said it back then that the Grizzlies would be under 500 through the first 20 games of the season. Everybody else was confident. Everybody else had their homer hat on. And I understand why. You want to be optimistic and you want to talk about, you know, what this team is capable of doing. But the reality is the West is loaded. And there are a lot of teams right there that came into this season ready. The Grizzlies were behind the 8-ball from the very beginning of training camp. It's going to be tough, man. And now that we see that they're 4-8, and how do you make that up in the next 2-3 weeks with all of these road games? They're definitely going to be under 500 by December 1.
No question about that. Sane, where are you at? Are you not confident with these gentlemen?
Oh, no, not confident. Ain't no way. Because what they got, 7 games left?
9 this month and 7 on the road.
So they had to go like, 7-2? Oh, no. It's no. No, I'm not confident at all.
Not even with Edey close to a
nah,
return.
You can have 2-3 Edys. No, they're not going to go 7-2. Out of the last 9? No, never.
What happened, though, fellas? What happened?
Yeah, my man.
What happened, man? What changed?
What did you respond, Michael?
I ain't never one point in the season.
What did you, hold on. What have you not seen, or what have you seen in the last 2-3 weeks that you couldn't have seen from the very beginning of the season?
At some point, reality has to come to view, okay? Reality has to poke its ugly head up out of the ground. I know it's not springtime yet, but we're going into winter. We're in winter right now, okay? Yeah. This is, it's getting cold. The sun doesn't come up as high in the morning. It's dark when you get off work in the afternoon. But, it's coming. Springtime's coming. You just got to hold on until you get there. But right now, no. I mean, there's too many, as I said earlier, there's too many tough games on the road. How many teams, full-strength teams, went on the road at the clip that they'd have to win at, the Grizzlies would have to win at to get over 500. So, no.
But the schedule didn't change. The schedule didn't change from the very beginning of the season. We knew this road stretch was coming. We talked about this before. And what I'm saying is, what changed for you all to realize, hey, this was going to be tough all of a sudden?
Roster change. The roster changed. First of all,
didn't we
have a late injury? Didn't we have a late?
You know it's gonna be out Ty Jerome.
Didn't we have a late injury? Ty Jerome popped his calf muscle there in the very last preseason game. I think we made this pick right before the day of the Miami game.
No. We made this. We did this going into the opening week of the season. So Ty Jerome was already out. Zach Edey was already out. Brandon Clark was already out. Scottie Pippen was already out. So, I mean, look, that's just the reality of it. Obviously, what we did back then was we had a more optimistic view of the team instead of a reality view of the team. I had the reality.
Ja and Jaren have not been Ja and Jaren. That's the main thing. Ja and Jaren have not been Ja and Jaren. When Ja and Jaren are Ja and Jaren, I think we'll be Jay Smooth.
I ain't never think at this point of the season we was gonna be anything. Like my thing was January 1, be around 500 January 1, because I knew the injuries we had. You're not gonna be good. My hope was they would be around 500 by January. They'd make a February, March run, and they'll be.
And remember,
that
under
could still be the case.
Taylor Jenkins regime, they would come in to January. They'd be somewhere other than last year. They'd be coming in somewhere around 500. So, and that's with a pretty full roster. So, that's just the way it goes. The reality is it comes into view.
Plus some other factors we didn't have since.
Sound like that might be a couple of hit dogs hollering right there, Mike.
I never said it for me good right now.
I'm just throwing them two.
I've been saying
you gonna go hit Ja and hit Jared and say, wake up.
No,
I pick up a mic 5 days a week, and I've been saying January 1 is when I ain't gonna read to come over here, Cap. I don't do all that.
Mark the member. Now let's take a look. Speaking of a guy who's going to say he's right on everything, let's take a look at Michael Wallace's top 10 toughest NBA road environments. We'll see if you guys can make a case that Michael is wrong here. Michael, I imagine Boston's somewhere on this list for you, considering that's where you are?
Boston's number one. TD Garden is the toughest environment for a visiting team to come in and play. And, that's been the case throughout my career. And even when Boston wasn't good, these fans show up. And when they're bad, the fans get on their own team and make it tough for them to show up and play in Boston Garden. So this place is going to be just the history, but also how these fans are up here. They can get nasty pretty easily too. So TD Garden's always tough. The United Center just overwhelms you. It's so cavernous, it's so big, and then when they do that historic introduction, the one that goes back to Jordan and the Bulls running of the Bulls on the Jumbotron, you just feel like you're in a different place and your back is against the wall even before tip. Ball Arena, because of everything that goes into the altitude and them being just a good team. And once they get that first lob dunk and they dunk on you, it's all over from that standpoint in terms of the uphill battle you have to face. Madison Square Garden last night, just the environment, man. It's Showtime there, like the old Showtime Lakers used to have. Great environment. You feel like you're on stage and performing. And then when you don't perform, you hear about it. And then I'll just run through the rest. Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Indiana, when they are good, that place is as loud as any place in the NBA. Chase Center is a house of horrors for a lot of teams, including the Grizzlies. Paycom Center is the same way. They pray at the beginning of the game as a fan base, and then they go out there and punish you from that standpoint. Wells Fargo is just like Boston. They get on you whether you're the home team or the visiting team. Golden One Center is going to be a long shot for a lot of you guys, I know. But Golden One Center, when they light the beam, and the Grizzlies have had some hard struggles in there, it can be pretty loud and pretty raucous in there. And then Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. I've seen them through all of their championships. And that place, when they get going, man, that place is as scenic as any place else in the league from that standpoint. So that's my 10 toughest NBA environments to play on in the road.
I'll take first crack at this, Michael. I was surprised, to be honest with you, that there were not any of the Los Angeles environments, whether it's, I guess it's crypto now or for the Lakers, but for the Inuit Dome, for the Clippers, everybody's talked about that wall. And I'd have to defer to you. I haven't been out there, but that wall they've built and how intimidating it is. And both of those LA teams won 30 home games last year. So, you know what? Take the beam off of there and just throw on one of those LA environments. I mean, would you buy that one of them needs to be on there?
Well, the LA environments, and you make a good case, right? It should be. But the bottom line is that LA is so laid back. It's a wine and cheese crowd. They show up late. They're not into it until they see a highlight and all of those kind of things. And really, the Clippers' new arena just doesn't have any culture right now. They just hadn't been there long enough. They have to build that. That wall is legit. It impacts free throws for the visiting team. But other than that, that's not anything that's intimidating, especially with the way they're playing this season.
Question about that. Jarvis, you got any problems with the list?
Well, I thought looking at this list, there's two ways to look at it. When he says arenas, are you talking arena environment? Are you talking about, creature comforts, or are you talking about the fans? Because fans make the arena. You could be playing in the El Marone Fieldhouse, and as long as you got, it full up and people going crazy in there over at the U of M campus. But if you talk about fans, I would move the Paycom Center up above the United Center simply because, and also, Michael, you've had the chance to visit every one of these arenas. I've been to a lot of them now, but I've been to Paycom. I have not been to United Center, when they're rolling. I don't know what it was like when they were down, because that's what I think. Are you up, are you down, or they there all the time? I get Sacramento because those fans show up all the time, whether they're winning or they're losing. Same with Golden State when they used to play across the river.
But it's not intimidating anybody in Sacramento, is it?
Well, yeah, but
But to your point, it's a great environment.
It's a great environment. But and then I would move Madison Square Garden above Ball Arena. I think Ball Arena's biggest deal in Denver.
Jarvis, you get one, man. You get one. Don't go through the list. Pick your one arena, man. It's not 7.
I've been to Paycom, and they love that team there, and they are just all whatever that. Like you said, they're. I'm not going to get into the religion, but they do pray before the game, and they pray for a win, and they pray for you to lose, and they just absolutely. It's all homogenous. They're all standing at the same time, and I mean homogenous in every way you could think, and they're all wearing the same shirt, and it's like hey, I ain't lying now. You can ask any of us that have been there. You can ask people. Even you, Michael Wallace, that place is just absolutely crazy for that team.
All right. Well,
you're right, Jarvis, and that's the thing, though. You're saying that out of absolute respect for what their environment has created, right? I mean, even though it's a little corny, it can get a little bit sideways in terms of how conservative it is. I don't see like you got to get to the United Center though. Anybody who's been to the United Center, and here's the thing, they had that streak, and Jay Smooth will know this as a Chicago guy. They had the streak of sellouts going. Even when they were horrible, like that building was still selling out after the Jordan and Pippen years of winning those championships. So when you go in there and it's so loud, the introductions are so loud, and when it's cold in there, there's a chill coming off of the street. It's one of those things where you're like, all right, let me get out of here as quickly as possible.
Hockey floor down. They got the hockey floor.
He's so right, and they're still living off of those years now. You look at them in attendance, and it doesn't matter. The Bulls have been down. The attendance numbers are always up. Michael's so right about the United Center. Jarvis picked everybody. You got one.
Yeah, man. I am gonna kind of go into the Jarvis territory. Mike, you my man, bro. You my guy. I look up to you, but. Bro, this about the most bougie list, bro. We regular dudes, man. I watch this stuff on a bootleg stream, man. I don't know nothing about you and Jarvis. They fly out all over the country, bro. I ain't never been in none of these places, bro. I went to Atlanta, and I've been to United Center. When I went to United Center, it was during the pandemic. When nobody in that joint. It was no energy in that joint. They ain't had no fans. You couldn't. It was media only. I paid out of my pocket, bro. I don't know. I watch this stuff. I'm lucky to get Robin and Pete, man, on the stream I be watching, bro. Like I don't know. And you tell me, but no, I do think the Denver is probably too low because Chicago been sorry since Jordan left, so I don't know how they've been affecting anything with the energy and the legacy and all that. But I be seeing dudes can't breathe in Denver, man.
Well, we agree we agree on that.
Top three. That's
you and Jarvis going down memory lane, bro. I ain't never been to these places, bro.
We gotta get you.
That's all right, man. That's all right. Hey, listen, I know you only travel to the Black City, Shane. I know you only go to
you need to get out more.
Get me fluid out, man. Come on, man.
Get Shane on some of these trips with you, Guru, so we can get out and see some of these environments.
I don't know, man.
Shane ain't been past 3rd Street,
I
y'all.
can tell you, like Pine Hill Community Center, the Mid-South Coliseum, the Field House, the Forum. That's all I can tell you.
That's it. You ain't been past 3rd Street.
Atlanta Center. Shout out.
Fantastic stuff.
Now, you've been to New Orleans. You've been to New Orleans?
I've been in New Orleans. I've been in
Atlanta.
I've been to Chicago, yeah. And y'all know that.
And Glenview, don't forget Glenview Park. You've been to Glenview Park,
yeah.
Been over there. Michael, you ain't been to Glenview Park. Michael don't know about Glenview Park.
Been to
That's where I grew up.
Bluff City Classic. Been there. I can tell you.
Down Southwest. That's
Shout
right.
out Verdi Sales, Southwest.
Shout out Verdi Sales. Yeah. When we come back, we'll do our weekly spin around the league. You'll see it's going to be fun. We'll vote on best dunk, dime, and defensive play from the week that was, and we'll ask our panel about their all-time favorite Grizzlies uniform. This is Grizz Beat. Keep it locked.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Jeff Dunham, artificial intelligence, his all-new tour.
Jeff Dunham. You're the other white meat.
How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. all three of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Calling all collectors! Topps NBA basketball trading cards are back. It's available in the Grizzlies Den by Fanatics and online at Topps.com. Rip into bold color parallels, electric inserts, relics, and autographed cards from today's biggest stars and the next-gen talent. Look out for rookie cards of Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, plus Grizzlies favorites Ja Morant, Jalen Wells, and so many more. You don't want to miss this drop. Grab your set before it's gone.
Own the 25-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch the action on your terms. Whether it's rivalry showdowns or weekend thrillers, you pick the 10 games that fire up the most. Don't just watch the season, build one fit just for you and get that Flex Pack. Make sure you take advantage of the offer. Welcome back to Grizz Beat, and now one of our favorite parts every week, to the highlights, our best dunk, dime, and defensive play, where each week our panel is going to vote on the best assembled highlights. Today we're judging the best highlights from this past week, as we said, in the NBA. We'll start with best dunk.
The rookie fires off to another rookie. He's Bailey. Oh! Oh, my. Mobley snaps one over to Hunter. Hunter works on Giddey. Whoa!
Oh!
Giddey! Oh, he hammers it home!
All right, got a couple of good ones here. Why don't we just start from the top there? Jarvis, we'll start with you.
Oh, you got to go with number 2, man. You're breaking the ankles of Josh Giddey and then going in for the two-hand jam. That was the first dunk was a nice dunk, coming in hard with the reverse dunk. That's nice, but breaking somebody's ankles, just put Giddey on his keister, as they say,
yes,
and then finishing. That's got to be number 1 for me.
I see you, DeAndre Hunter. Michael, is it DeAndre Hunter on this one?
I'm going to agree with DeAndre Hunter because, I mean, Josh Giddey was one of the best performing players in the league so far through the first month, and he just got put on skates and humbled right there and then just got dunked on. But you know what? This one didn't make the cut. But my man Karl Anthony Towns did the same exact thing to Jock Landale last night at the top of the key when he did the same thing. Broke him down just like that and went in for the dunk.
Unanimous as a DeAndre Hunter?
Easy. Taking, Giddey's a good defender too, man. He had him on the ground. He put him down, man. Left that man, sent him back to OKC with that crossover. For sure.
I think they were praying for him.
Yeah, they were praying for that brother, for our fallen brother, Josh Giddey.
Pretty impressive stuff. We'll move on now to best dime of the past week in the NBA. See what we got.
Risk here with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, playing with 3. He's got to be careful.
Doncic doubled, looking, finds Hachimura wide open. Boy, that was tough to see.
He's in the paint. Morant tries to change that. What a pass to Aldama. Wow, timeout Oklahoma City.
All right, we got our man Ja Morant up against Luka Doncic in this one. Jarvo, which way you going?
I'm going with Ja, and it's not because I'm a homer. I think you expect this kind of stuff from both these guys, but Luka saw his man out there from the minute he got the ball. Ja took a loose ball and turned it into a behind-the-head layup for his teammate there, Santi Aldama. So I'm going with Ja because I think that was the degree of difficulty on that one was much higher.
I like your reasoning there, the presence of mind right there that Ja shows in a quicker amount of time. Mm-hmm. Very impressive. Michael, is Jarvo right?
I think Jarvo right, and not only is Jarvo right, the difficulty of the assist is only matched by the difficulty of the finish right there for Santi to do it over his head, not even facing the basket in that situation. 14 out of Ja Morant's other 15 teammates wouldn't have caught that pass. But Santi Aldama is one of the few guys that knows what Ja's doing and where he's doing it and why he's doing it. And those two connected beautifully right there.
Santi's playing better, too.
Yeah, he is. And that's a great catch as well. He's right about Santi's hands. What about you, Saint?
You know me, man. To come out to the highlight, I like the pass and the receiving end. So Santi looked clean where he caught that joint, you know what I'm saying, backwards with the one hand in reverse. I like that. Luka's play looked like more of a bailout, like he was, trying to save the play. And, he made a good play. But Ja's seemed a lot more intentional, and Santi finishing that joint. Put the ice on the cake to me.
No question. Always great when we get a Grizzly in there among the best in the NBA as well. So I'm taking Ja all day long there as well. And now on to best defensive play. Let's take a look at these two.
Washington has gone scoreless the last 4:15 as Dallas is on this 14-0 run.
Whitmore.
Uh-oh, take off.
To the paint. Give me that. Blocked by Cecil. My boy, gotta get on that glass. Be aggressive. Coro looks to go. Oh,
give me them too.
Swatted by DeAndre.
There's DeAndre Hunter again in this. And we also saw Moussa Cisse of the Dallas Mavericks now, former Memphis Tiger. So a couple of guys we're familiar with there. Jarvis, which one's the better defensive play?
Well, chase down blocks always look good, but the Moussa block. God, give me some Moussa all day long and all night too, because that was just all right. I see you coming. You coming? Come on, big boy. I'll take you at the summit, and I'm throwing you back out. I'm going with Moussa on that one.
He did. I like the Moussa one with Jarvis. Michael, where are you at?
I'm with you. I like the chase down because of what it meant, and that was a highly competitive game that happened in early in the game. But Moussa, man, it's good to see him do this because, I mean, he came into FedEx Forum a couple of nights ago and had some great defensive plays for Dallas as well, too. You almost forgot that he was, in the league. And again, I keep scratching my head, man. Penny is putting these guys in the NBA who are turning out to be better professionals than they were during their short time with him. I don't know what that's about. But Moussa certainly looked good in his short NBA stints.
Another one that's with Boston now, you'll see tonight, Josh Minot, another one of those guys that didn't, the athleticism was there as a Tiger, but didn't get to play much, is now with Boston. Same, where you at on these two players?
Oh, man, Moussa, man, that's one of them, you know what I'm saying, Jason Kidd, Nico Harrison, look at me, man. I'm trying to hang on in the league type joint. I ain't mad at that for real, man. I ain't mad at all at Moussa. Proud of the man for real. He came a long way as a Tiger, and to see him, catching his niche in the NBA, man. Like, that's
and
one.
he's a Lausanne grad.
I was gonna say, guy who finished up over at Lausanne.
Yeah, that's one of them. I'm trying to stay in the league type plays. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yep,
I like
that right.
Great work on the highlights, and now to fill in the blank. I'll make a statement, and our panel is going to fill in the blank as you'd expect. We'll start here. Michael mentioned it. My favorite all-time Grizzlies uniform is. Saying I consider you a uniform man.
Come
so
on
what you say here, I'm going to pay close attention to.
I really don't care what y'all got to say on this.
You lead us off,
there's only one answer. It's the joints they had 21-22, the city uniform, the Navy with the yellow. Oh man. Just the vibes with that team. They were so young and innocent, man. They didn't know no better. They were just winning games and so fun and free. Oh, that was a uniform right there, bro. That should be, if they do a rebrand or when they do a rebrand, that should be the dark uniform. That should be the joint they wear. That exact joint.
I like it.
I
Jarvis,
love it.
Your all-time favorite?
I am in total agreement with Anthony saying on that one. I think that royal blue with the gold accent, and everybody will remember in the playoffs against Minnesota, clock winding down, Ja went in, the Grizz were down 10, and absolutely hammer jammed over. Who was it? Who was it he dunked on?
My boy, R.I.P. to him.
It was absolutely amazing. But those just they look good on TV. They look good on person. They got the oversized Grizz on the pants, the blue and the gold, just like nobody else looks like that. Now, I like the Black City uniform with the silver. I do like that. And I like the original with the Memphis across. I do like those too. I just bought one of those the last game. But I think that should be the signature everyday Grizzlies uniform.
Malik Beasley.
Thank you, CJ. CJ coming to the rescue.
Looks like there's an answer here, Michael Wallace. They picked the same one, 21-22. Are they right?
Hey, listen, you can't go wrong. There's no wrong answer because one thing the Grizzlies have put out is some excellent city and alternative uniforms throughout the years, man. And, for me, my favorite one, I'm going back because of the statement that it made back to the 2017-2018 I Am a Man uniforms right there. I love the Memphis. I love the simplicity of the black and white. But what we do have in common is both of the uniforms that we picked have Memphis on it more so than Grizzlies, right? So we love the Memphis statement that the team makes when they go with the Memphis across the chest. But what that meant and what it was aligned with the I Am a Man civil rights movement and the marchers and the sanitation strike, I think when they do that, it brings together a moment and a team and a city and a purpose that's unlike any other. And I think, that's the one that stood out to me. That's the one I got in my house, hanging up in the rafters in my closet, man. I never touch it. I just look at it every once in a while because that one resonates the most.
No. Yeah, I like that, Michael. If I could ask a quick question, do you think that they'll ever roll them out again as we go along and not just put them on the shelf forever? Because I do like what he said about what that uniform meant. They could wear those MLK Day every time. Yeah. Plus the MEMs were really good. You know, these City Edition uniforms that Memphis has rolled out have been some of the best in the league.
Yep. Or maybe just keep them available if they
and
could.
And since Michael's on the inside there, as an employee of
Mike, you got an answer for us on the merchandise?
Hey, I ain't on the inside, man. I'm 2,000 miles away from y'all right now. Y'all closer to the inside today than I am. So.
That joint in the team store, man. I'm looking for that blue and gold.
I'm just gonna go down the hall and start walking, Mike. See what happens.
That's it.
All right, our next fill in the blank. LeBron's looming return to the Lakers lineup will mean. Jarvis, we'll start with you.
I think it just makes them that much better. I mean, Father Time is catching up to LeBron, and booty sore right now, but he's starting to get over that. And just LeBron's court vision, whether he's LeBron, I'm going to dunk on you, I'm 260 pounds and you can't stop me, freight train, or I'm older LeBron, I'm taking threes and I'm making passes. It just makes them better all around. So that's what I'll say about LeBron.
Saying you along the same lines, what's his return going to mean?
I'm not sure, man, but I think they might get worse, bro. Like, I don't know what LeBron might be on when he come back, bro. Like LeBron, you know, the whole thing has been so dramatic this summer. The Lakers have been in the groove. They got, you know, the Snowtime Lakers out there right now with Luka.
Hey, now he's from this area, so
I don't know what LeBron might be on, man, for real though. Like, cause he gonna want the ball in his hands. He's gonna want things to kind of go through him. Is he gonna be able to fit into a role? Because they're playing some good ball. I thought the Lakers was looking terrible, but they've been playing some good ball since the last time I've been on the show. So I don't know, man. LeBron, you know, he wants things to be ran his way. I think he's kind of got to vibe with these guys and see what they own. Because right now, you know, they playing good ball. And LeBron, you know, LeBron, he be on some other stuff sometimes.
Michael, you covered the man in Miami. What's his return to the Lakers going to be?
Perhaps this is LeBron's swan song, you know, to what Anthony's saying, man. Like, this guy is on a expiring contract for the first time in his career, right? He's a free agent after this season. I think sitting out this first month has allowed him to see that the Lakers are going in slightly a different direction with Luka and with these other guys have emerged. And if he ever wanted to walk away and say, I'm going to spend one more year in the NBA and I'm going to do it my way, maybe it's going back to Cleveland, maybe it's going somewhere else. This is the time to set it up to do it that way. So I think this is perhaps, I'm not saying it is, but this is perhaps his swan song with the Lakers after this season.
Will be certainly interesting to monitor what LeBron James always is. And finally, a month into the season, the NBA's most valuable player is. Sane, why don't you take the lead for us on this one?
Man, we were just talking about him with the Lakers, man. Luka been going crazy, averaging 37 points a game or something crazy like that. Man, been losing his mind. And that team, like, I came in here last time we had a show, and I said that Lakers roster is not very talented. I still don't think they're very talented. Luka's been going crazy. He's got Jake LaRavia looking good. Austin Reeves been playing good ball. Like, Luka is on another planet right now, for sure.
Michael Wallace, your MVP after a month?
Hey, listen, Luka's doing a great job. His scoring average at 37.1 points per game matches Michael Jordan's scoring average in his second season in the league, or third season at 37.1 points per game. But if you look over to the Eastern Conference, who's sitting at the top right now? A team that we didn't see was going to be number one. We knew they were going to be better. So that means for me, it's Cade Cunningham. When you look at where this guy is, he's top 5 in the NBA in assists and scoring. He can take over. We saw him win a game down the stretch against the Grizzlies at FedEx Forum last week. Cade Cunningham is the best player on the best team in the East right now, and he's showing that he's definitely going to be in this discussion for the MVP long term, but specifically right now in the short term.
Love the Cade Cunningham pick. In a lot of ways, he's like Luka. You can't speed him up. He's going to play his game. He's settled into that now and just dominates there. Jarvo, who's your pick for MVP?
Well, Cade Cunningham is a good pick, but I can't get over the 45 points and 45 shots. I just can't. My mind can't handle that. I have to go with Luka because, I mean, gee whiz, 37 points, 11 rebounds, 9.2 assists, and he was doing it when LeBron was out. And it kept the Lakers relevant and kept them moving along. And you called them the Snowtime Lakers. I was thinking a different thing with Austin Reeves and Jake LaRavia out there. But, you know, and Luka himself, yes.
And Knick now.
And they're getting it done. I mean, he's making it go out there in L.A.
No question about it. We'll wrap up this week's edition of the show by taking a look at what's ahead for the Grizzlies this week before we get back next Wednesday. Tonight, we've mentioned it, you are at Boston. Saturday, you've got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yes, at the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then Tuesday, like we said, this doesn't get much easier. You wrap up this road trip against the San Antonio Spurs. We're going to have the panel call their shot. Call your shot on this next stretch of games. And Michael, we'll start with you in Boston. Call your shot.
Hey, I'm going to say over this next stretch, Jalen Wells regains his and sustains his shooting touch. He gets out of this slump. We submitted our answers before last night's game in New York, and he went out there and shot 7 for 11 from the field overall, 4 for 7 for 3, and had 18 points and 4 assists. So that's the kind of shooting touch that we've come to know from Jalen Wells, and I think he's going to sustain that during this stretch.
Absolutely needed. Would love to see it tonight. Jarvis.
I'm going to say 1-2 will be the record in these next 3 games on the road. It's going to be tough, but you got to have a breakthrough. And I think tonight against the Celtics, since they don't rebound well, the Grizzlies aren't that big in the middle anyway. But I think they match up a lot better. So I'll say 1-2. Those other teams are going to be tough.
So give us your shot.
Like Mike said, we submitted these answers before that Knicks game, and Saint Stradamus strikes again, man. I predicted Zach Edey would come back during this stretch, and looked like he's going to be here, man.
Saint Stradamus.
He's going to unlock Ja and he's going to unlock Ja. The joy coming back, man. It's coming back.
Yes.
There you go.
Welcome back soon, hopefully, for Zach Edey. Mentioned he's doubtful for tonight, but hopefully maybe against Cleveland, we'll see Zach Edey back out there. That's our show for this week. Want to thank our panelists, obviously, Jarbo, Sane, Michael Wallace doing all the hard work from Boston. Thank you as well, CJ Hurt, for keeping us in line and on time, and our wonderful team here at Grind City Media. For our entire Grizz Beat team, I'm Jason. Keep grinding.